Good morning, good afternoon, good night. What time is it? It's 3 o'clock.
I don't know. I'm not wearing my watch.
It's 3 o'clock. It's 3:37. This is technically the end of the year. But
no.
Yeah. But when they listen to this, it's going to be 2023.
Yeah.
It's going to be 2023.
Time travel.
By the time they listen to this. So, time travel. We got quite a bit of things to talk about. But I wanted first and foremost, before we get into anything nitty gritty, that Instagram video that I posted that about sucking dick for $1 billion.
That shit went viral.
That went super viral,
and we got some homophobes.
That was crazy. It's funny because that clip's more than a year old.
It isn't. Yeah,
it's a year old, and I was just going through my phone, and I was like...
It's insane how much the audience changes on different apps. On TikTok, people were just laughing like, oh, that's funny.
I mean, TikTok, it barely got any views on
Instagram went nuts with it. They're like, oh, fucking gay people. Just mad fucking homophobic people.
On TikTok, it didn't even get any views because it kept getting taken down because it was either words dick, suck, homophobic...
Something like that.
$1 billion. Everything was getting taken down. No matter what words I muted on the audio, it just kept getting taken down over and over and over. So I was like, fuck it, full version. I put in the comments, full version on Instagram right now. Go check it out. Yeah. And then it's funny how people perceived it because that original clip is a minute long.
Yeah, I know.
It's a minute long, and I trimmed out a bunch of shit to point a picture, right? Yeah. To basically how people worry about, everything's being tailored to fit a narrative. I wanted it to fit a narrative. I wanted the narrative to be what would you do for $1 billion? Took out all the logical thinking steps and then made it look, boom, yes, suck a dick.
It worked.
It did work. It worked a lot. And it's so funny just to see the reactions. A lot of guys, one guy commented oh, yeah, but girls will still date them.
They would.
And I'm like, that's society's problem at that point.
That's
not my problem.
Hold on. In this hypothetical, who the fuck would you tell? Nobody. You just become a billionaire overnight, and people are like, yo, how'd you make all this money?
I would just get the money.
Stocks. Why would you be openly, I sucked a dick for it. I became a thought. I'm sorry.
Nah, I would get the money and then build my story. I got $1 billion.
And just make more money.
I would make a business. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna sell that business. Da-da-da. And then just
very smart.
Hey, that's my natural. I didn't suck a penis for this. Some guy was
that guy whose dick you suck comes out is like, yo, I gave him that money.
I'm like, yo, whoa. Where's the fucking cocksucking confidentiality here? But it's just so interesting, reading those comments. And it was the reason why I kept getting more traction was because I kept pinning different comments. Mm-hmm. I kept every day I would change the 3 comments that I pinned. Yeah. And so overall I might have pinned maybe 100 different comments over the span of a week. Yeah. And then I kept replying to people. Yeah, I know. The replies really helped. I remember.
Yeah, it's engagement, and then Instagram will then put it on the explore page of how much engagement.
Yeah, and I would send it to you every day. I'm like, look, more views.
And I'd post it on my video, on my story every day.
It was a lot of. Did you go through the comments?
I went through a few of them, and then what
was your favorite comment?
I like the funny ones where it's yo, I know y'all lying out here. People would be like, you would suck the dick for $1 billion. Yeah. I like people who are honest, and it was mad funny. Or people who just weren't I just didn't like the homophobic ones where it'd be no, I wouldn't suck no dick. Y'all are mad gay. Y'all would suck each other off. It just became so stupid.
At that point, when they were
what are y'all talking about? This is 1, hypothetical, and 2, who gives a fuck? It's not even that serious.
What do you talk about with your homies? I'm like, what don't you talk about with your homies?
That's what I'm saying. There's no way that your sexuality is that fragile that if you make a hypothetical of you sucking a dick that you're like, oh, I'm gay now.
They wasn't comfortable with it.
That's what I'm saying. It's so fucking insane.
They were not allowing it. It was. I told Malik, I was like, damn, a lot of these people are pretty upset. Yeah. It was hilarious to see.
It made me funny how angry people were getting over it. And I was like, dude, it's not even that serious.
All the comments were some of the comments that I replied to about sucking each other off. I'm like, yeah, you wouldn't do that for your homies? And I feel like that made them
even coworkers were like, yo, you're a little sus, bro. You're a little fruity because of this. I was like, no, the fuck I'm not.
This missing context. But that's on purpose. That's to manipulate the game, manipulate the engagement.
I don't change my answer. I would suck a dick for $1 billion.
But I feel like I was like, it was like, this is the best of, and I was like, technically no, because this is over a year old. I just needed something to post, and so I will continue to post best ofs until I have the new shit. Right?
Yeah. The shit we're currently recording.
Exactly. And then the one we have to edit, because this is, I'm gonna drop a bomb on you right now. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, it's a few things. New year. A little bit of new changes coming up. The major change, Fabian, if you can tell the people what the major change is
for IdleTalk.
For IdleTalk, yeah. What's the major one?
The major change is that I'm going from behind the scenes helping and guest appearances to being a co-host of IdleTalk.
Woo! We did it. Yeah, let me tell you a little bit about that. So originally, I was gonna scrap IdleTalk the way we know it now. Podcast every week. I was going to change it into more of. I wanted to stretch my feet out a bit and do more of a late night talk show kind of thing. Yeah. So think of like The Daily Show, with Trevor Noah, stuff like that, right? And kind of tailor my comedy style, kind of like how we did with the viral clip, right? Tailor that to just different, more like specific, more daily relevant kind of things. And then you were like, hey, just make me a co-host. And then I feel like you said that like twice. Yeah. And then the second time I was like, yeah. The first time I was like, ha 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 ha. Like, I mean, it wasn't gonna make any sense. Like, I lived in Baltimore anyway. Exactly. You lived here, and it was already hard enough to get up here. But now that I'm in New York again, it's a little better. It's easier. But now it's like, I've taken it seriously to the point where like I'm like, do I want to move back to Baltimore? Nah, I can't. I gotta record IdleTalk. Yeah, I gotta do IdleTalk. So I've been taking it like seriously up to this point. And so I wanted to do the late night show. That's still something I can do. So something that now all these, instead of I's, become we's again, so more than one person is involved with like the idea of creation, the fucking video editing, audio editing, all things that we're gonna have to go over today at some point, which is pretty interesting, pretty cool. But that's what I was gonna do, right? I was gonna still do the minis at something, and that's just something that was fun to do. It was like, it got a lot of people interested. It was the shortest version of the podcast they could consume. Sometimes they were like barely 2 minutes, sometimes they were like 9 minutes, but I feel like people really, really enjoyed it, even if it was only audio. Like, you know how we record video for the IdleTalk, so they're longer, we can clip them. People really wanted the video of the minis, and I was like, oh, you don't have them. I was like, I don't got that. I don't got that. And B, the minis were meant to kind of like make up for the times I couldn't do IdleTalks. A whole episode, yeah. Yeah, so like I do like, hey, bro, I'll give you like 30 minutes this week of minis. Like, hold off until I get an IdleTalk episode in. Like with you, I always know it's like the endurance test. I gotta fucking be here like 2 hours, like talking about a bunch of different shit. Yeah. Sometimes like for like a minute, sometimes for like 20 minutes, sometimes for like 5 minutes at the beginning, and then like, oh shit, I forgot we was talking about that like 25 minutes ago, and then we bring it back up. Exactly. So it's just super interesting, and I know that I was gonna change the regular podcast episodes too. I was gonna be like, that if only when I have a guest, I'm gonna do the long form ones. I was gonna do minis until I had a guest on, and then make it a long 2-hour podcast. And then, because it all goes up to the same page, it's all on Spotify, all on Apple, it's all under the same like branding, so why not do it that way? Exactly. And I think it would have been different. It would have been, people wouldn't really expect that, and it'll be something like unique that I haven't seen other shows do. But something that I am going to steal from other shows, I am going to start doing seasons. That's one of the biggest changes that I came up with before you came on, and it was I want to have like 8 to 14 episode seasons, and then take a break, and then come back. And then just again, it's gonna be the same format as how things were. Like, show up, talk about whatever. 2 dudes sitting in a room. Yeah, show up, talk about whatever comes to mind. Obviously, I got some notes right here on my iPad of things that I want to cover, and those are also things that keep the episode flowing, I think. So that's why I have notes. I don't necessarily have like a script of whatever we want to hit, just little bullet points that I want to hit. But if the conversation goes one way, then obviously it's gonna be less time me looking down there or me looking over here, but more of like just going with the natural conversation. I think that me and you have some good chemistry. And so that's gonna help with
that comes from being friends.
Yeah.
We're not strangers.
Yeah, but yeah, that's one of the big changes coming to IdleTalk is the seasons. So we're gonna have 4 seasons next year. The time they're listening to this this is the first episode of season 1. So season
of the
1
rebrand.
Yep, of the rebrand. Season 1 is gonna have 8 episodes.
Okay.
8 episodes, I think. And there's Q3 is gonna be the biggest season.
Yeah.
Because I want to finish the year in December with like a best of 2023 episode. So just to look forward ahead, this is episode 1 of the new year. Our last episode is going to be a mashup of 2023's episodes. So in the fall, instead of having 8 episodes, it's going to be like 14 episodes.
Real quick, damn, time is going fast, bro.
So I have the schedule ready to go. I don't have no titles for the episodes. I don't know what to do, but I just know that
titles come from us.
It's going to happen when we do it. So I just know that that's my calendar outline. That's my look for the whole year. And also part of me is just committing to it for having all those dates that we need to have episodes. That'll be a big, just a big step of like, all right, we need X amount of episodes this year.
So we got to edit this much amount.
Yeah, we got to sit down, record this many times, do a lot of that stuff. Yeah. So
they make clips.
Yeah, the clips are the most brolic part of it.
That's what brings us all the attention. Yeah, is our dumb clips, bro.
Dumbass clips. And it's funny how like I would, like, again, I edited down that viral clip into a whole different new clip. Like as soon as you cut out certain things, it's a whole new like thing on its own. And that's just like, again, it's the time to play around with things. Yeah. To play around at like how people like will perceive it, how people will listen to it. And hopefully people go out and try to find that episode. People are like, oh, what episode is that? I'm like,
people have asked me.
Go figure it out because I don't know. Like that
literally was the same answer.
So long ago.
Everybody who's been like, what episode is that? I'm like, dude, I don't know.
I don't remember.
But I know I recorded it. It's in there. Yes. I was like, it's in that catalog. Just go through them. You'll find me eventually.
It's funny talking about that. It's like every viral clip has been with you. I only had 2 viral clips. One on TikTok and it was the TV volume being
the
too
TV
high.
volume. Yeah.
It's like 11 is loud as fuck.
It's way too loud, yeah.
And a lot of people related to that one because it's like something that people naturally like go through. They feel that. Like,
I'm going deaf though. I've noticed. Volume. No, it's the headphones.
It's the headphones?
Yeah, I blast them constantly.
You can't be blasting.
I'm losing my hearing, bro.
Can't be blasting.
Because now my TV not be at 11. It used to be loud as shit to me, but now I have it at like 20, and I'm like,
I can't hear shit.
I can't hear shit, bro. What's happening? I'm not, and I know it's loud because everyone in my family's like, "Yo, turn that shit down," and I'm like, "It's not even that loud. Like, what is going on?" It's me, bro. I'm going deaf.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah.
And you want bigger headphones?
I just want headphones that don't go in my ear.
You're gonna get even more deaf
with the ones over the ear.
Big over ear ones, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, because I feel like it's covering. It's like cupping your ear. Yeah. And then like it'll blow the sound. It'll push sound through your ear.
Yeah,
but then it'll just stay in there.
But I feel like the other ones are like in them. They're like in there, bro. You know?
Yeah, but I feel like it'll probably hit your eardrum once as opposed to like a few times maybe. I don't know how sound waves work, but
I think it's.
I mean, I kind of know how sound waves.
I think the little ones is what's fucking my ears up.
The big ones might fuck up your ears even worse.
No, I feel like it's more of a cushion. It's like
I feel like that's just
like spread
worse.
Out. It's like a shotgun spread.
It's definitely worse.
Like AirPods are like an assault rifle.
AirPods are like
and
pistols,
then like the big headset things are like a shotgun. Like spreads the waves instead of just directly shooting it into your eardrum. I fall asleep with them. I start watching. Yeah, I watch a video, and I fall asleep watching it, and I like sleep on them.
No way.
While it's playing, I'm like, this is why I'm deaf, bro, and I know it.
You can't be sleeping with the AirPods. Why are you sleeping with the AirPods?
White noise.
Why don't you just play it on your TV?
Because it's not loud enough, bro.
Why don't you just put your phone next to your head? That's way better.
I could do that.
That's way better than fucking putting
I could do that.
Wearing AirPods to sleep.
Listen, I don't think, bro. To be real with you, I don't think.
I
either watch a video and knock out while watching a video, or I'll throw my white noise on and I'll knock out to that. I can't sleep in complete silence.
Bro.
It's weird to me because I live in a place where like cars are constantly passing my house and like there's always noise happening, and I've lived with it my whole life, so like complete silence makes me just makes me feel weird.
Bro, you gotta put like the phone next to your pillow. Nobody be sleeping with you. Just put it right next to where another person.
Damn, you don't gotta do me like that. Homie said, "You single bitch and nobody love you."
Just put it right on where somebody would be. You know.
Yeah, I move a lot.
Just go to sleep, bro. You just need it to fall asleep. If you roll over on it, that's not bad.
You're right.
That's the worst thing that could happen to it.
Every point you're making, valid.
Yeah.
Am I gonna do it? Probably not.
Probably not. No.
Nah, I'm probably gonna keep fucking destroying my ears. I'm be real with you.
That's crazy. That's ridiculous. Anyway, as he takes a sip of water, I'm gonna ask you.
What's up?
As you're the new guy on the block. New guy on the block.
No, I'm not.
You spun it a few times.
I've been here.
You spun it a few times.
I've lived here.
You got off
for like a year and a half, more than a few years.
On the IdleTalk block.
Oh. What? I've always been around.
Yeah, but you've been
from the inception.
You've been riding in the car.
Yeah.
And then you got off. And then
sometimes I'm in the passenger seat.
And then we came pick you up.
Sometimes in the back seat.
Sometimes in the trunk when it was full.
Sometimes in the trunk.
But now that you're officially passenger princess.
Yes, I am passenger princess.
Yeah. I want to know what are think of some quick goals for the show right now. Like what
for IdleTalk?
Yeah, I mean we've known that you were going to be the second host for like a little bit under a month. Right?
Okay.
A few weeks. I sent you the stuff to buy the video editing software, to get the clip software, and
both.
Yep. So now let's just think out loud real quick for the people. Like, you know, what are you
the goals?
What are you trying to accomplish? Like, what
for
are you
2023
for yourself, for the podcast? Like,
well, I'm gonna start with the podcast.
Okay,
goals.
Boom. Let's talk about the podcast.
Podcast goals. I want us to make more. Damn, I smacked the shit out the mic. I want to make more
rookie
like clips, like funny, like dumb clips that like can go viral on TikTok or Instagram because that's hard. I know it's hard.
It's difficult,
but I feel like
we can't force that.
I know we can't force it, but I'm my goal is to make more of those. That way, there's more traction to the actual podcast. More silly dumb shit like I've seen people do like tier list of like fruits and dumb shit like that.
Yeah.
I want to do things like that where it's just like us fucking around talking about how we think, how we are, who we are. Some more serious talks here and there. And yeah, I want to see IdleTalk grow, not only as like a podcast but as like a business, as something that we can both look back on and be like, yeah, this is yeah, we did that and it
accomplished that.
But also just talk, you know. I want to be able to give people who feel like they're not heard or people who feel like no one understands them a voice if I can in a lot of things because I grew up feeling that type of way. And yeah, and then personal goals for 2023. Damn. I want to
deep breath.
Keep going to the gym and working on fitness, get in better shape, be able to look at myself in the mirror, be happy what I'm looking at, you know.
Yeah, true.
Because for a long time I still haven't been able to.
It's a good goal.
What else? I don't know, just level up my life.
It's a pretty heavy goal.
It is a heavy goal, yeah. Especially for someone who loves food, is always around food.
Yeah, you be eating food.
Yeah. That's 1. 2, I want to get a car this year. This is the year for me. I'm saving up for that.
Damn. A vehicle.
And then eventually...
What kind of car would you want to get?
What kind of car?
Yeah.
Typical Dominican car, you know. Honda. Same car every Dominican has.
Hondas aren't bad though.
They're good cars. That's why I want one.
I'm trying to get a hybrid.
A hybrid? No, I want a hybrid.
I want like
a Type R or.
You gotta get a convenient car.
It is. It's
not a cool car.
It's both. That's what's great.
Be able, what if you gotta move your whole shit?
It's big. It got a fat back, bro. You got a fat back.
In a Civic.
Got a fat back, bro. So you got a fatty, bro. And eventually, you know, move out, have my own place.
Word.
But that's way down the line. I don't think 2023. That's like
trying to move out. You know what I want to do?
I need a partner, bro.
I want to get a loft.
What the fuck is that?
A loft. I want to be a lofty person.
Do you know what you do? You got to stop doing that. I say, what is that? And then you just repeat the word as if I'm going to magically
You know what a loft is?
Of course! Loft!
It's a natural 2-story place.
Well, there you go. If I say, what's a loft? Explain to me what it is.
Stairs.
Not just a loft.
You don't know what a loft is?
I didn't. That's why I asked.
How do you not know what a loft is? If I said I want mid-century modern furniture, do you not know what the fuck that means?
Not a clue, bitch. Not a fucking clue.
Neither do I. I've heard that before. But I want a loft.
So is it like a small like?
It's like a 1-person kind of thing.
Usually, is it like one floor and then an upstairs and that's like bedroom?
It's like kitchen, living room, stairs up the stairs is your bedroom, but it's not closed off. It's like an open concept.
I've seen them. I just didn't know that's what they were called.
Yeah, I want a loft.
I feel like a loft would be sick.
A loft would be sick.
Where?
Anywhere.
I like Jersey.
I can't.
To be real with you.
And that shit is like $4,000.
That's the problem.
That's the problem. And then even if you split it 2 ways, that's still $2,000.
Yeah, I know. That's the problem. I want to live in Jersey. I just need a person. I need a partner.
That's crazy. Because that's really how you have to be to spend
in
rent.
Jersey, in New York. Yeah, bro. You need a person to live with you. You need a roommate, or you need a significant other. I was
trying to get an office, IdleTalk office.
Mm-hmm. Expensive.
So, but hey, it's just less expensive than rent.
Is it because there's no like bathroom and shit like that?
There's a bathroom. You just can't take a shower in it. We just hop over to LA Fitness.
So then why are houses so expensive?
I have no idea. No idea. Because for 24-hour access for myself, for that office, is like $1,100 a month.
A month.
Yeah, right.
But an apartment is like $2,000.
But an apartment's like $2,000. Yeah, and all I can do is cook in there.
And it's a 1-bedroom.
Yeah. But
apartment.
if I have 24-hour access, right?
Yeah.
That means I have the same office every day.
Mm-hmm. Parking?
Yeah, but this is the thing. I could just park at LA Fitness. That's like right across from it. Mm-hmm. And since I'm a member there, I'll just park my car there, and they'll validate my parking at the end of the day. You know, like I don't have to pay for parking. I just validate it. So I could do that. But if I really wanted to live in the office, I could just shower at LA Fitness.
Yeah.
Get some food at all the food places that are at that mall, whatever, and then just hop over to the office again and just.
But then you would need a bed in the office.
I just sleep on the couch. I get a couch.
Well, I guess you could.
I told them we're a media company. I was like, I'm probably gonna need like a couch and a really long table. Sorry, a really long table. And they were like, yeah, cool. But they were like, I could purchase furniture from their catalog, and it'll just be added on the rent each month. I was like, can I bring?
You have to rent furniture.
I could buy it, but
so why is it on
the cost of buying it? Would be divided up into X amount of months.
I thought it'd be like every month they're charging you for a chair, and you're like, bitch,
no,
that's not buying.
No. Or I asked them, can I bring my own chair, my own stuff? They're like, yeah, you can too. We could empty it all out, and it would be brand new, empty. Mm-hmm. But it comes with like a few chairs, like a desk, a basic small desk, whatever.
How big's the desk?
It's like half the size of this desk.
Oh, it's smaller than this one?
It's like a 1-person desk.
Oh, no.
Technically, I'm one person renting it.
Yeah.
I have guest privileges, right? If I were to bring somebody on the show, right? Just be like, hey, come into my IdleTalk office, right? Do that. But, you know, different strokes for different folks.
Gotcha.
Man, I definitely want the loft. Definitely want the loft. But I can't, like...
afford it.
I can't afford it. Like, I would just picture, like, I'll be you. I'll be stuck over here. All my friends are in New York.
Damn, bro. What's up with you? This episode, you just shitting my whole life.
No, but I'm saying, but then I have to cross the bridge and pay $20 to hang out minimum already. Fuck, I don't want to do that.
Come move to Jersey, bro.
Kind of whack.
You know, you want to live here, bro.
Bro, but where? There's no lofts here.
Everyone, yeah, there is.
I checked.
There's lofts.
I checked. I told you there was $4,000 for the loft.
I know, but it's here.
There's mad money.
It's here though.
There's mad. Can it be like $5? Because it's New Jersey.
No, I wish.
It's whack over here.
If rent was $5 a month, motherfucker, do you think I'd be living at home? I'd be out. I'd be living in the fucking loft.
I thought you was just saving money.
I am saving money for a car.
Yeah, see, you are.
But if I could rent a house for $5 a month,
a house
or a loft, whatever the fuck.
Yeah, the only reason I would move here is if you rented a house.
I don't got a house.
And I would just live in the house. Because at this point, that's crazy.
At our grown ass age.
Yeah. Hold up. Let's talk about unrealistic standards.
All right.
Right now, are you being at any point as you were like becoming an adult? Was your mom ever like, you need to get out of my house?
No, surprisingly.
No, mine not either.
Surprisingly,
mine
no.
not either.
My mother has always been okay with me.
I feel like it's a Spanish people thing. Like,
as long as I'm supporting, she doesn't give a fuck. The moment I stop giving her money, loses her mind.
Not me.
No, my mom.
I feel like in Mexican culture, like the kids, the men specifically, like stay at home, and then some girls, the girls are like, they're like, go get fucking married, you fucking lazy ass, staying at home, like. But yeah, I feel like I was talking to Malik, and I was like, yeah, when you like turned 18, like, and you were like either going to college or not going, like, did they try to kick you out? Like, no, but a lot of people's parents do. His dad was a bit like more chill about that kind of stuff. Yeah. But he was like, yeah, a lot of people like especially in his culture, like that they get like forced out of the house because it's like, you're an adult now, go handle your adult shit. Like, yeah. And I feel like a lot of other places just don't do that. But so I was curious. I was thinking about that just now about how like if you have ever been given that prompt, even if you were like supporting or not supporting, like, get out, you're old enough. You piece of old
not
shit.
With my mom. I wanted to since I turned 18.
Damn.
Just didn't have money.
It's hard.
From the moment I was 18, I was like, I'm out. I'm moving. I've been saying that. I was saying that for years, bro. Age 13.
That's your New Year's resolution every year.
13. Every year I'd be like, yo, when I turn 18, I'm gone.
Out of here.
And my mom was like, all right, sure. She's like, sure.
That shit is hard. You'll leave. That shit is hard as fuck.
And now she always fucking throws it back. She's like, oh, I thought you were going to leave at 18. I'm like, yo, shut up.
Bro, it's like you don't even, it's like your fetus, right? Your fetus. Yeah. And then you turn 1 year old, right? Your child, your baby. And then you get all the way to 18. But we're acting like I'm not being born into an adult. Like, I'm like fucking 5 right now. Like, instead of 25, I'm 5 years old. It's my 5th year as an adult. You know what?
I agree with you.
Like,
I think
or 7 years
when we hit 20, we should reset.
We are resetting.
At an adult age. Like, I'm only 5 years into this shit. Yeah. Give me some time, bro. For real. Like, damn, I don't know how adulting works. This shit's hard.
I'm still figuring out taxes.
Yeah, this shit's tough out here,
like,
bro.
I still gotta cook home cooked meals.
Yup.
And I gotta wash the dishes after that.
And you gotta pay bills.
And I gotta pay bills.
Nah, bro. And I gotta work a 9 to 5. How do we have time for anything?
I don't be working a 9 to 5.
I do.
I want a 9 to 5.
Get one.
Cause then like then I got the afternoons free and the weekends sometimes.
You don't want a 9 to 5, bro.
Bro, I be working a like 40-hour work week, but like sometimes it's like 9 hours on Wednesday.
It sounds good until like you realize how much time you're spending at this place. Like, it becomes your second home, and you're like, damn, bro, like I could be doing something, but here I am.
I don't know. Jobs are weird.
Yeah,
they're weird. I miss when we used to just eat fruits and shit. And
I miss being a kid too, bro.
Sleep outside naked.
What?
Like the cave people.
Oh.
I mean, like way back.
It's like, nigga, what?
Oh, like before before cars, before horses, before everything.
I was like, you was running around naked in the woods as a kid, bro?
No, I'm saying like as a species. We need to go back to.
What do you think about like expectations in relationships? Do you think?
What the fuck does that even mean? What do you mean?
High expectations in a relationship. What a woman or whatever you're into likes or wants from you.
I don't know, bro. I'd be self-fulfilling that provider role. But that should be hurting my pockets.
Damn right it do. It do, bro. I know. Especially, dating sucks. Dating sucks.
I be hating going on dates because I mean, like,
because you know you about to spend mad bread, and you're like,
no, not even
damn.
that. I'm like, is this gonna be worth it?
That's what I'm saying. You spend mad bread, you spend mad time with somebody.
But if I spent that bread and it was good, then I don't mind.
But what if like it wasn't? What if it's a shitty date? You're like, damn.
I'm sad.
You're like, I just spent mad bread on someone who I'm never probably gonna talk to again.
It's funny because I made an IdleTalk mini like last year, and I was like, throughout this year, and I was like, I'm gonna start dating my friends because it's. I was like, I already know them.
Yeah.
I'm like, we're already cool.
That's smart,
right? I'm gonna just start Going down the list of my friends.
Eventually they'll catch on and be like, "Why the fuck you trying to date all of us, bro?"
No. I'm gonna like take one and be like, let's see where this goes. Let's see if it goes anywhere.
Genius.
And then if not, next friend. Like I'm not gonna go on casual dates with all of them, but like, you know, like
gotcha.
A series of dates. You know,
okay.
like
I see the brain.
Like a scientific trial. Like just be like, there we go.
The brain.
Ninth date. All right, I don't think it's going anywhere. I don't like the way she breathes during the movies.
That's you get an ick and you out. You get one ick, you're like, I'm gone. The way she be breathing, bro, no way.
Bro, while at the movies?
Nah, I don't care. It's like, for me at least, it's like if we can't have fun together by ourselves, or we can't have fun talking or doing, like if we're just sitting here and doing nothing for a while, like just staring at each other, bored as fuck, I'm like, this is going nowhere.
Nah,
right?
see, I like
that
shit.
I can't be with someone like that forever.
I told Malik that. I was like, yo, me and Amber Lee, we're friends, right? She visited Baltimore, and we were in my room.
Just staring at each other, bro?
No, she was on my bed, and I was sitting on my recliner. And we were just on the phone, and like complete quiet, like silence.
See,
but the vibe was good. Like it was, I was like,
when I'm in a relationship,
I would be like,
I don't care. When I'm like, because when I was in a relationship, if I'm like on the game and someone behind me is on the phone, I don't care. That's cool. Like I like having her presence around.
But I'm talking about like hours. Like it was.
Yeah, same. Like, but it's like I'm saying, like let's say
11 a.m. Look, favorite. It was 11 a.m.
Yeah,
and then by the time we finally talked, it was 8:35.
Yeah, I've done that,
and it feels like it was a good productive day.
Yeah, because you liked her presence.
Because then we would just like send memes to each other.
What I'm saying is like, let's say I take you out on a date and we sit across each other.
You already know the comments.
You're right. My bad. So sorry, guys. They're about to be like, yo,
about to be like, I knew it.
They're gonna be like, Fabian wants to fuck his boy, bro. Straight up, I know it. He want to take him on a date. He gay. But like when you take someone on a date and you're sitting across from them, right? And you're like, you're eating or whatever, and you guys just sit there and there's no talking. Like, no, dude, there's no way. Like, yeah, like we just sitting there staring at each other.
I didn't order enough food.
It's like pulling teeth to get a conversation. Like, dude, no, I can't do that.
I want you to go to the bathroom and leave.
No, see, I'm not a dickhead. I can't. I'll see it through, and then I'll be like, all right, like it was cool, like hanging out with you.
You wouldn't just leave them there?
Nah, I can't do that.
That's crazy. I would leave them there.
I'm not a shitty person.
I am a terrible person. Have you seen that Waffle House video?
No.
Of this girl, she throws a chair at the lady. She throws a chair and she like WWE's it. She
grabs it.
Or she like Doctor Strange's it. She goes, and it like falls to the side. Like literally, her hands go like this, and then she pushes it to the side to the bottom.
I've never seen that.
She was fine as fuck. That girl, by the way, like
the girl who threw it, or the girl who caught it.
The girl who caught it. Pretty much, she was a white girl, blondish hair, but like. She was kind of fine. I'm not gonna lie.
I wouldn't know.
I'll throw the clip up right here so you see it. Everybody else, in case you didn't see it, but you should already saw it because it's a viral clip. And I'll show you later. But she goes fucking like, bam.
When he puts the clip up, I'll still not have seen it.
I could pull it up right now.
It's gonna be a while before I see it.
Pull it up right now since you want to fucking complain.
I'm not complaining. I'm just saying.
Oh my god, this post removed by moderators.
What?
Oh, I had a link on my iPad.
Oh. What the fuck? First of all, that woman is not fine.
She's fine, bro.
That is not.
She's fine. It's just she was in battle. she was.
I get it. Yeah, you're right.
She was in a battle state,
that
but like
true.
Before that happened, like the guy, I don't know why that guy was recording before it happened, but it was like she looked pretty cute.
You wouldn't record?
He was recording for like no reason. How was he gonna know that was gonna happen?
They wasn't yelling at each other beforehand?
No, I think before this particular moment, they were yelling, yeah. But I think he was recording way before then for some reason. So maybe he caught a vibe. He was like, maybe they're about to go.
Because people do that.
Yeah.
People start yelling. They're like,
yeah, I know, yeah. But that makes more sense. But even before then, I was like, what the fuck? Why is this shit so long?
I got that.
But she went, wow.
That was nuts.
That was cool, right?
Yeah.
That was crazy. Could you do that, you think?
No.
It's because you don't work at Waffle House. You don't work at Waffle House.
With a chair? No, bro. I could probably curve like a ball that's thrown at me.
How she did it, because it didn't look, even if she threw it,
because it looked like
slow.
It looked like a dining chair, and it was metal.
Yeah, you still have to.
I don't know if I could.
How you did that? She said it looked like a Doctor Strange.
I would just move. I don't know. I wouldn't.
You know that
I wouldn't take the chance of like trying to catch it and dropping it. I would just move out of the way so it wouldn't hit me.
I feel like you have more chance of getting hit by moving out of the way, though.
No, you wouldn't.
Yeah, because what if the chair rotates in a weird way and the leg catches you, like instead of the bottom?
One,
of the back?
How far back are you moving to dodge?
Well, because
and two,
think of it,
why are you going so
she's
slow?
She's the cook, so she's cooking.
Yeah.
If she moves to the right,
but she was facing.
If she moves to the right, technically that would be like kind of behind her. She would go into the grill, and if she moves behind,
she couldn't go backwards.
The only way she could have go is forward towards the chair, or the left towards the chair, because right is still kitchen equipment.
So,
but what if you bumped into the greaser, like the fucking?
Have you never worked in a kitchen?
I've been to Waffle House before.
But if you work in the kitchen, you're not gonna get burned by anything unless you're fucking laying on the flat top, bro.
She's in combat.
You're not gonna get burned by anything unless she's laying on it. It don't matter.
She's literally in combat. It's a combat zone in there.
Just move. Just dodge it.
No, there's other people there though.
I let them get hit.
Her coworkers are there. They started brawling. By the way, there's more to that clip. The girl
jumped over the counter.
She jumped over the counter, slipped because she's a bigger girl, fell down head first.
Damn.
Got up, and then the camera's panning away. But then the girl starts throwing haymakers on her, like landing them shits, and then she starts getting jumped. And then the Waffle House employees start breaking it up. But it was crazy. My mom said, because this fucking showed up on Spanish news apparently, that the girls who jumped the counter got arrested.
The girl who worked there?
No, the girls who jumped the counters. There's two girls that jumped over the counter. Yeah. And they're like, and apparently this is what the Spanish news says, so I can't confirm that. You know how Spanish news be. But they were like, they got charged for the ketchup packets. The small, like, sealed ones. And they're like, why
and that's what they blew up about?
Yeah, they blew up about the ketchup packets.
Jesus Christ.
And I believe it. For a little bit.
I mean, because I've gotten mad when McDonald's is like 25 cents for another, like, barbecue sauce. And I'm like, bitch, really? But I'm not going to, I've never been, no, I've never.
You're going to jump over the counter?
I've never been that angry to, like, start a fight.
Me neither. And I was like, why didn't you just use the fucking bottled ketchup that was, like, out and about? Like, there's, like, because there's, like, bottled ketchup. Yeah, I'm like, why don't you just eat there? Like, use that instead of asking for ketchup packets.
I don't know.
It's crazy. And then, according to the Spanish news, I'm going to keep citing my sources here. Spanish news, they were like, what did they say? I'm forgetting what I wanted to say. But, they said, we're going to fuck up this whole restaurant. Like, that's going to affect the people working there. Mm-hmm. I'm like, no. If anything, that's going to be, you're going to have an angry business owner who's going to sue you.
I've never heard a good story about Waffle House.
I love Waffle
Everything
House.
Is tragedy.
Let me tell you some good stories about Waffle House. Waffle House makes you feel like you're at home.
Is it good food?
It's good food. The people there are really nice to you.
They don't seem that way. They fighting people. I'm saying the
people working there. All right, I'm not gonna piss them off because I know they got hands.
You have to.
You have to have hands to work at
Waffle House. Yeah.
So I'm not gonna do that, and I'm not gonna show up there with an attitude.
You ever heard about those diners?
Denny's.
No, that are purposely mean to you.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
Like where they're like,
I would never go.
I would never. Yeah, why is that a business? Mad. I would fight them because they get disrespectful as hell.
Yo, you know who's disrespectful as hell? That one person on TikTok who be painting couples, who be drawing couples.
And he draws them
they be
ugly.
Violated,
and then he's like, here, and they're like, oh my god, thank you. I'm like, damn, bro, why you draw my head like that?
Bro, the craziest one was like that the girl had a big ass chin, quote unquote, because it should look kind of normal. And
but he drew it like mad big
ass chin, and the boyfriend sliding down the chin or sitting on the chin. I don't remember. I was like, you're foul.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to do it.
That was.
He would point out something that I didn't even see, and I'd be upset about it my whole life. I'd be like, damn, I didn't know my head was that big. Fuck.
The one thing I saw too was like the person had like a little gap in their tooth.
And then he made it mad big. They
drew the girlfriend,
like holding on to him.
No, like this, like popping out of the gap to see what's happening. But it's fucking crazy. Oh, by the way, as we're approaching 40 minutes, okay? So we're gonna wrap this up soon. Okay, this is gonna be episode 1. I don't want it to be too long.
I have one thing I want to talk about.
Okay. But I'm gonna drop. I told you I was gonna reveal something here. Earlier, I didn't tell you about it beforehand. But episode 2,
is
gonna be the one that we recorded all the way in September.
Okay.
Right? I'm gonna show you how to edit it. We're gonna go all that, right? Just so people, you're gonna hear an old ass episode. I'm gonna call it archived episode.
Okay.
Something archive. That's gonna be the episode name, right?
Mm-hmm.
But episode 3 is gonna be a solo episode.
Okay.
And you're gonna do a solo episode.
Okay.
You by yourself. You're gonna figure it out. Okay.
Perfect.
I want to see I want to see what it's like. I want to listen to it and be like, oh shit, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna help you with anything. I'm just gonna fucking.
You just want me to record.
You're gonna email it to me. I'm gonna upload it and I'm gonna listen to it when it comes out on the day it comes out. So
sounds good.
Episode 3, so everybody can write it in the calendar. It's gonna be you by yourself.
Heard.
And then maybe episode 4 is gonna be by yourself too, or maybe you want to bring a guest on. You want to have somebody on. We figure it out. You'll figure it out. That's the beauty of figuring it out, right?
Gotcha.
We'll see. I'll be back by the end of January, but I want to see at least one solo episode to see how the vibes are. Gotcha. So this is going to be episode 1. Episode 2 is going to come out in a week for the people listening. And then episode 3 is going to be you by yourself. And I want to see what you put together. Okay? Gotcha. I'm excited for that. A little challenge. It's like a podcast challenge for you to see what happens. And I want to see how the people receive it too. I want to see what the downloads look like. So I think that's just that's what I'm done talking about. But you said you had one thing to talk about. And
Speaking of Spanish media, no, fuck you. So in Black Panther 2, they hired a Mexican actor to play Namor or Namor.
Namor? I think I've read that.
But he's like a dark-skinned Mexican, right? And so
like a real Mexican?
Exactly. So a lot of Spanish media was being mad racist towards him, and then a lot of the actors who were playing like his land people. They were like, nah, you should have gotten like this white-skinned Mexican. We don't want to be like looked at like this.
The people in the movie?
Yeah.
We're saying that?
No.
Oh.
The Spanish like media.
Oh, okay.
Because we're so racist and colorist in Spanish cultures, where they think if your skin is lighter, you're prettier and shit like that.
Yeah.
And it just, how do you feel as a Mexican?
As a Mexican? Well, I'm fortunate to where I'm white as fuck underneath my clothes, but my skin that the sun touches is very dark.
Okay.
So when I take off my shirt, it's fucking hilarious to see.
It's just pale.
So it's like I've gotten comments about like, hey, you're two whole different colors.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, if I really wore sunscreen, I can pass off like
as a white man.
The lighter version of Mexicans.
Yeah.
Instead of the darker fucking like working in the sun all day kind of Mexican. But it's funny because in Mexico, it's like that shit is like out and about. It's not like hidden. It's like, that's not negative over there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And it's not just Mexican. It's a lot of Spanish cultures.
Yeah, but I feel like it's like, maybe it might be ignorance where it's like, oh, that's a cute name. Nah, because I'm darker. You call me negra or negrita, right? And I feel like, is it a nice name, or is it like?
Well, I know sometimes
does it stem from that like.
Sometimes it is a term of endearment, but sometimes it is just blatant racism.
Is it at all term of endearment? Like my grandma will be calling my. Well, first of all, she's mad dark. So that's the problem with Spanish people, that they swear they white when they're not. Like, you know how many Dominicans I've had to be like, yo, you're not even clear, like close to being white for you to like to think you're Caucasian in any type of way. It's heartbreaking because like recently, like in DR, they're like even deporting any dark skinned people to Haiti, even if you were born in DR. Just because be in the sun too much,
because you're black, and they're not letting like black people fly to DR right now because they don't want
to get deported or to get like hate crime.
Well, yeah, if you're black currently, I don't know if when this will come out, but currently, like if you fly to DR and if you're like really dark skinned, they just send you back to where you came from. And if you live in the
airport,
yeah,
they'll be like, yo, don't even step in here.
Yeah, they don't. Right now, they don't want like black people, and they're saying it because
it's
crazy. The reasoning is because they say they're getting way too much immigrants, but they're sending Dominican residents that were born in DR to Haiti just because they're dark skinned, which is insane to me. But yeah,
fix that problem, guys. Where does that stem from?
What the DR
stems
from
What's it stem from?
Years of
wanting to be white.
Yeah.
Is it the conqueror?
We have really bad Stockholm syndrome. Ever since we were colonized by Spain, we wanted to be Spanish so bad. You know, we adopted their language. That's why we speak Spanish. Oh. We adopted their culture. That's why we have a lot of Spanish culture. Even though we are native to an island of black people.
Yeah.
That's why nothing is different between us and Haitians other than the fact that, well, now there is after all the years of like breeding and stuff, but originally it was just one island before we got colonized. And they had a dictator who swore he was white, and he powdered his face and he did makeup and told himself he was white even though that man was black. And he would tell everyone, no, I'm not black, I'm Dominican. That's where this line comes from. He massacred millions of Haitians like on their border because he gave the Haitians like an ultimatum, like if you don't leave DR, we're killing any dark skinned person like that we see, and they did it. And for years you were taught that like being black is bad. So, and it's why like I had to like basically like teach my mother, my grandmother, like, nah, like we are descendants of black people. We are black. Look at our skin tone, right? So for you to sit there and say you're not, or that you're different or whatever, they lived in a time where their dictator like literally killed people for saying they were black or anything like that, you know? So I get it, but
that's crazy. I don't know how to feel about that. Because I'm not Dominican or black or Haitian.
But you're Mexican.
But I'm Mexican. But we're not ODing like that. We're not like, I know you guys aren't ODing. Mad dark. Die.
I know you guys aren't like that, but it's still like sad to see someone who is a very good actor and a very good like
Mexican
person, like such a kind-hearted person. Like you hear him talking in his interviews, and he seems like such a genuine person. And then like Mexican media and Spanish media are only caring about the color of his skin. It's like, oh, he didn't deserve the role.
Is he?
He
like
wasn't
dark?
Good. Yeah, he's like,
or he's like you.
Yeah, like me. Like
I wouldn't even say you dark.
I'm low
You're like
key.
tan.
I'm
You're
like
more tan than like.
Listen, dark. Semantics. I'm black. I'm just not super black. But the thing is, like with him, he seems like such a good person for them to be like, oh,
violating him.
Yeah, they were being mad rude to him, being like, oh, he don't deserve it. He's like dark skin, and then like in all the interviews, he's like, I'm so happy that like I got this chance. That like
we should have never given that guy this chance.
Like little brown Mexican boys can now look up because there was never a hero that, at least in Mexico, he's like, everybody on TV is a white skinned Mexican.
Yeah, we don't got.
Everyone on the news is a white skinned Mexican. Anytime they show us any type of beauty, it's about white European like beauty standards, right? Yeah. And he's like, it's shitty that like growing up I never felt beautiful, I never felt like handsome or whatever. And he's like, now in America I do feel these types of things where people do care about me. They do think they give me the opportunity. No, dumbass. He's just saying that. No, he's just saying that he likes being like heard and seen.
Yes, he does.
And he's like, he gives a big thanks to Marvin. He seems like a really sweet guy. So it's shitty that
why don't you just marry him, huh?
I don't know. But yeah, that's all.
That's crazy. I haven't seen it.
It's insane that you haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it.
Great film.
My sister didn't want to go see it. Christian didn't want to go see it. I think we were just like watching other movies.
Why didn't Christian want? I thought Christian likes Marvel.
Because there's other movies to watch.
Like what? What was out there?
You know the guy who made Squid Game? Mm-hmm. He came out with a movie
called.
I forgot, but it was good as fuck.
What was it called?
I forgot. It was in. I don't want to say the language. I don't know what language.
Korean?
I hope. But
Squid Game was Korean.
Is it?
I believe so.
I was scared.
I believe it was Korean.
But it was good as fuck. It was about two agents trying to find a double agent. Right? So if I worked for the CIA and you worked for the FBI, we were both tasked to find the double agent in our ranks, right? Mm-hmm. So it could be it could have been on your side or it could have been on my side. But there's a twist at the end. It's crazy. But it was early released. It's not
so it's not in film.
It's not in films. It's not in theaters, right? but it was only for like a few. It was only like 2 days they were showing this movie on like on a Wednesday and like on a Friday. And we had the opportunity cost.
I gotta watch that. It sounds good.
It's not out at all.
I know, but
it was sick. I don't want to spoil it because it's
eventually it's gonna come out.
It's eventually gonna come out.
That's what I'm saying.
But
I'm gonna watch it.
It was fucking dope.
We gotta watch it, bro.
It was dope. I was like, what? And it's like it mixes real history with like fiction, like real events that happened with the U.S. and all these other countries abroad, and like a bunch of other, like Germany was involved in some way or something like that.
Yeah.
But they were like, and then they mixed in. Oh, it was North and South Korea, and they changed like history pretty much, right? But it was like the real stuff, and then like at one point in the movie, it kind of turns into more like fiction. It's like, oh, after this point, none of this happened. Made up, yeah. None of this happened. Because, but if it did, that would be fucking crazy.
Yeah.
And so
it sounds like a really cool concept.
It was good. It was really good. And the two actors. Oh, there was mad actors from Squid Games in there. Like the main character guy, like the guy who's friends with the old man. He's there. You know that guy that stalls time on the glass bridge. Who's like, I'm not gonna go after this. Somebody else.
Yeah.
That guy is in there.
The asshole with the tattoo.
Yeah, he's in there. I was like, oh, that's that guy. It's that guy from Squid Games. And things.
I gotta watch it. Yeah.
And then I think the guy who the main character. He's like, yeah, this guy went to business school. I think that guy who went to business school is in the movie too. Yeah. So it's pretty interesting. It's a pretty good movie. I don't want to say too much about it.
Did you watch it?
I watched it twice.
But did you watch it with subtitles or did you watch it without it?
It's both.
You watched it in English?
So there's some English parts, and then the rest of it is like Korean, and then with subtitles, and then it goes back to English again for some parts.
Okay.
So it's like a mix. But it's like you have to really pay attention in there.
You gotta give me the name of this movie, bro.
It's in my Alamo Draft House app. I'll show you. But it was dope. And Christian didn't want to go see it.
Why?
I was like, yeah, let's go see this. Like, it doesn't really sound interesting. And then I just gave him the title, right?
Yeah.
I said in the picture, a screenshot of the movie time. And then I was like, yo, it's from the guy who made Squid Game. He's like, I'm canceling my plans right now. We're gonna go right now.
He likes Squid Games that much?
I don't know. He thought the guy, the director's probably like
he's really good.
A good director, so that's why he was more enticed to go. But I was like, that movie was fire. Saw Black Adam.
Shit movie.
Bro, in the beginning, they were talking about countries or whatever. I was like, where's that? I said it mad loud. I didn't realize, like, I was just thinking out loud. And then I was like, oh, is that a real place? And then everybody starts laughing, bro. Everybody starts laughing. And then my sister's like, no, it's made up.
Like a lot of DC.
Bro, I didn't know. It sounded mad real. Like, whatever they were talking about. It sounded mad real. And I was like, oh, where's that? Like, just genuinely, where is that?
I didn't like the film.
Really? I liked it. It was funny. If I could take
the whole subplot with the mom and the boy out, I would.
I like those guys.
No.
Made me care about the characters. I didn't care about anybody in that city but these people.
I didn't care about anybody, period. That movie was that bad.
Did you like the end credit scene?
Yeah, I did.
Too bad. Never happened. Never happened.
It sucks because I really liked Henry Cavill as
R.I.P. Henry Cavill.
He's not dead, dumbass. Nah, but DC did him so dirty.
He's basically dead. He's not doing The Witcher no more.
They're like, yeah, come back, bro. Come back. Like, we gonna give you a whole new movie. You filmed this little cameo. We got you, bro. You're back in. He's like, all right. Quits The Witcher.
Well, he's gonna quit The Witcher regardless.
Yeah, that show's bad now too. That sucks. Yeah, because I loved season 1 and 2.
I didn't watch none of that shit.
That shit's so bad now, and I know they're gonna change him. And it's not even, and he was so good in it, but it's not even he couldn't carry the show because it just went
too off
book, and it's just like none of it makes sense anymore. If you're actually a fan of the series, like I was, like I read one of the books and I played all 3 of the games, and I was in love with the world, and then for them to just completely change everything, and I'm like, wow, well, now I don't like it.
You know what I'm worried about?
What?
The Last of Us TV show.
Really? I feel like they're doing...
I don't like how Pedro Pascal looks as Joel.
I don't give a fuck about the way they look. I care about the way they act.
I don't believe him.
I agree. I don't believe that those characters are them.
I'm like, you're canceled.
I don't hate Pedro.
Put your helmet back on. Get the fuck off this series.
I think because I think he's really good in a lot of the roles he's in, including The Mandalorian. But
yeah, but like,
I agree that he doesn't look like Joel at all.
Like him at all. That's half of the battle.
But
if you could get Ellie to kind of look like Ellie,
but
why
Ellie
can't
doesn't
you
look.
Get Joel?
No, Ellie looks nothing like Ellie.
Kind of looks like her.
No,
more than he looks like Joel.
They both look nothing like their characters.
Yeah, but she looks a little bit more.
And none of them, they both don't speak like their characters or anything. I think that for me is more weird. It's the voices.
The directors were praising her.
That's what I'm saying.
At some point,
for both of them.
Yeah, but I don't believe Joel. I don't believe him.
I feel like
I'm gonna
the look is whatever. You get used to it after.
You're gonna get used to it. How good it is. I'm like, I hate how you look.
Nah, you'll get used to it eventually. You'll be like, whatever. I don't care. As long as his acting is good. And I think he's a good actor. I think it's going to be good.
I can't watch it.
Have you watched House of the Dragon?
No.
HBO?
I haven't watched even Game of Thrones.
You don't need to watch Game of Thrones.
No, but like
Game of Thrones is bad.
I don't watch that. I don't
Game of Thrones is bad. House of the Dragon?
You know
amazing.
You know what I've watched 3 times over already?
What?
Big Bang Theory.
Oh.
That show was so good.
You have some shit taste, bro. Big Bang Theory?
Yeah, it's a fun show to watch.
3 times?
Yeah.
Bro, no.
Yeah.
Go watch a better show.
I did. I watched Friends.
Oh. Ew. You watched the worst show.
It's either The Office, Friends, Parks and Rec.
The Office
or now
is good.
Big Bang Theory, where I
The
rotate
Office,
them.
I like The Office.
I rotate them because they're good background noise. I already know
The
what
Office
happens.
is good.
It's like...
Would you say Parks and Rec? Parks and Rec is good.
Yeah, and I just rotate between those shows because it's like background music. I can do my fucking like grad school work.
Oh, so you're not watching it. You just have it on the background.
But I consume it. I'm still consuming it instead of like sitting down and
you gotta sit down and watch a new show.
Bro, I watch Titans.
That's a pretty good show.
I like that show.
It's alright, but it's
okay.
not bad.
Not that bad. I would have hated to wait for episodes.
Yeah, I agree.
If
I didn't either. I watched it on HBO Max.
I didn't start season 4 because apparently it's still going. But
yeah.
Like 1 through 3, I was like, this show is so good.
Have you met Red Hood yet? Have you met Red Hood?
Yeah.
That's the last. That's the last season I watched. Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't watched.
I didn't like
4.
Red Hood. I don't like the
actor.
I don't like his character.
No, I just don't like. You know the same thing you were saying earlier.
Punchable face.
He does have a punchable face, right? But he also isn't scary.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like Red Hood is always the biggest fucking dude.
He's like emo.
In the group.
Emo Red Hood.
And then he's like a little kid, and I'm like, ain't nobody actually afraid about this kid.
Like, we killed Jason Todd a little bit too early, bro.
Like I should have waited until he bulked up a little bit.
I should have waited till that kid had a growth spurt at least.
Captain Robin until he fucking got older. Like damn, because like he the suit is sick. It looks cool. But he's not a believable Red Hood. I'm like, this isn't like nothing about this kid is scary to me.
But my favorite part of that Red Hood season was the last episode. The guy goes like, "Oh my God, you're the Titan. Can I get a selfie?" And all you see is Raven go. It's a little thing.
Raven's good in it.
Raven's fun. Yeah,
I like Raven. I like Beast Boy. Robin is really good.
Robin's
or
good.
Nightwing.
Yeah.
He's really good in it.
Pretty good. I remember the Starfire controversy.
Yeah.
When that show first came out.
Yeah. Before I even watched the show.
And I was like, what were they mad about?
She looked like a hooker the first one.
But that was her arc.
Yeah, I know.
That was her arc. So what?
But nobody knew. It was just set photos that got released.
She's like, look at this slut.
And everyone was like, ew, why are they dressing Starfire like this?
It's part of the story.
I know. But no one knew that at the time.
I was like, this show isn't that bad.
It's alright.
I mean, you know what hot take I have?
What?
Have you seen Wednesday?
Yeah. It's alright.
I just feel like people just want a CW show without the CW logo on it.
What you think? The Wednesday's a CW show?
This Wednesday's a fucking CW.
You know what
Wednesday?
Wednesday reminded me of if you know about it. Have you ever heard of Monster High? Mm-hmm. It's like a doll thing with like little cartoons.
Yeah.
It's literally that. It went from being like about a family of like weirdos and like
I remember
weird shit. It's to just her being in a high school of like
all the weirdos
with a bunch of like monsters basically, like vampires, werewolves. And it's alright. Like it's not a bad show, but it's not as good as everyone made it out to be.
It's not good.
Like I watched it and I was like, okay, I was entertained.
I mean, I like Jenna Ortega in general, but
she's alright.
I think it's the hype is over her.
Yeah, it is. I think it is the actress because she's.
All you guys are fucking lusting over a child.
She's not. No, she's 22.
In the show, she's a child.
But she does look 12, which is weird to me. That like
she was an X. If you didn't know, have you seen that movie?
No.
The porn slasher movie.
No. What?
It was dope. I took my sister to watch it by accident. I didn't know it was a porn slasher movie. I went with Christian.
Okay.
And I was like, "Yo, I'm gonna bring my sister. The movie sounds fun." He's like, "Are you sure?" And I was like, "Yeah." He didn't tell me.
No, I never heard of it.
But she's in.
But I've seen her in You season 3.
She's also in Scream.
I saw her in Scream.
She was dope in Scream.
She was alright.
She was a little annoying.
She was alright in Scream.
But she was
she was in a hospital bed for most of the film,
which was cool. She got fucked up. That beginning part of it, she got fucked up so good. I was like, damn, that's pretty fire. And I really thought she was gonna die.
And that Scream movie pissed me off.
Really?
Because I called it so often, and I was like, I hope
like,
I'm not
that guy.
right. Yeah,
it's that guy.
I was like, I hope I'm not right. I hope this movie doesn't do exactly what I think it's gonna do.
But that's what it was.
And I was like, I wish it's someone else. And then it like turned out to be exactly the two people that I was like sussed about the whole film.
But I hate that it's two people every time. Can we
go back to
person?
one?
I don't think it was ever one.
No, it's been one.
No,
it was two guys.
Yep. The second one was the mom and then the boyfriend. And
the third one was one guy. It was the director of the film.
The director and then the actress.
Oh, she was in on it too?
She was in on it.
Oh, I haven't seen it in that long.
But this is why I can see why you say it's one. We don't really know if she did do it because she got killed off.
Oh.
She got killed off towards like the climax. And so people are like, well, he couldn't have been doing it here because he's also like in that area.
Oh, so it's a theory that there was two.
Like, I mean, it's like not a theory.
Kind of confirmed type shit.
Kind of, yeah. It's like a half theory, half like that makes sense.
That makes sense. Yeah, like, it makes way more sense for her to also be the killer.
Yeah. But then it makes sense for him to kill her immediately because he's like, this is my moment.
Yeah,
not yours. Like,
also, she like the type of person that would snitch.
Probably feel guilty about it afterwards.
Did the Scream TV show, was there more than one killer?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't watch it.
Except for the one with I think even when Tyga was the killer, it was like
Tyga was
yeah, shit was crazy. The first two seasons are dope. Like, and I say they're dope because if you just watch them straight from season 1 to end season 2, and you don't gotta wait for a week to happen. Like, it's fucking good. It's like boom, boom, boom. You're getting all the action at the same time, right? And then season 3 was we get the original mask back.
Okay.
The first two seasons got some kind of weird different mask.
Yeah.
But season 3, it was like we got the original mask back and people were hyped. It's like the last season, it's only 6 episodes. Fucking Tyga and this one girl were the killer. And
so it is always two.
Yeah, it's usually
every season it was 2 people.
I think so.
Damn, yeah, they gotta mix it up, bro.
Yeah, no,
because then you always suss out the 2 people every time you watch a Scream film. Because every one that I've watched, I always figure out who the killer is before the end. And I'm always, when I'm watching it, I'm like, I hope I'm not right because I don't want to like ruin it for myself. No, what?
Yeah,
no way.
I do the same thing too. When I'm looking, you see how we have the camera set up in this, the grid, the 3x3x3.
Yeah.
And so when I watch movies, I now watch them in that format, right? So I know there's the subject in the middle, in the foreground, and now I'm looking at these other columns, like what can I see that I'm not supposed to see, right? Is there something back there? There's something over here. Like now I'm looking at it through the eyes of kind of like a framer, like how you're framing the shot, like a cinematographer or director. Like how would I frame this shot? How am I gonna consume the shot? And so I kind of like take the shit out of like movie. I'd be talking to Christian in the movie theater. I'm like, the cat's in the box. Where's the cat?
And the cat's in there.
Cats haven't been. Where the fuck's the cat? The cat's not here. And then like 6 scenes later, that she goes to her birthday party and it's like, the cat's in the fucking box. It's in the box.
Oh my god, you're talking about Smile.
Yeah,
that movie was good.
That movie was.
That was a good ass fucking film,
that
bro.
movie's mad real because it's like nobody won.
Yeah, no, they
Everybody's
didn't.
a loser.
Yeah,
like,
that movie was fucking crazy.
That shit gave you a little bit of hope, and it said, "Psych."
Yeah, at the end when the guy has to,
fucked.
and then it just resets the cycle. And you're like, "Fuck!"
Like, no.
That movie was good as fuck. Have you seen Terrorizer?
Terrorizer, no.
It's the one with the clown.
Is it good?
No,
I don't think it doesn't.
It's
even
not a good.
By premise,
film.
It doesn't sound like a good movie.
It's just. Do you like gore? It's like Saw on drugs. It's like Saw times 10. It's so gory. That's all it is. It's not scary. It's just see this murderer commit crazy murders, like really nasty, like disgusting, gory murder. That's it. The whole film. Because someone told me it was like, yo, this is a really good scary movie.
Well, somebody said the first movie, somebody caught a heart attack in the movie theater, and I was like, my sister can't watch that. She has.
It's not that scary. It's not that scary. But it is
nasty.
nasty.
I heard the second one was not as scary as the first one.
None of them were. I watched both of them because someone did the same thing. They were like, yo, that movie's so fucking scary. And I watched it, and I was like, oh. It's just
I'm a
gory.
sick fuck.
Yeah, if you like that type of sick stuff.
No, but I'm just saying, like, I'm not gonna get scared. I like when movies do scare me when I don't see shit coming. Smile scared the shit out of me.
Yeah, same.
Because it kept doing random jump scares at the most like I'm like
sister at the car.
That
freaked me out. She was like sitting there, and she was like yelling at her, and then just I'm like, whoa.
And I think speaking of smile, that same exact scene, right? You see right before the sister does that, you see her kid looking out the mirror, and I think he's able to see exactly what she's seeing.
Really?
I think so, because I feel like we had so much focus on that kid, and for what? What's the reason? What's the payoff?
They never show him again. Yeah.
Yeah, but like I feel like I feel like this shit with kids where you're like, when you turn a certain age, you just become an adult and you just forget about like
a lot of
your
the
imaginary
shit.
friends, you know, the shit you would do. Like, look at that person right there. I'm like, there's nobody's fucking there, you fucking idiot. Like, shut up, right? But I feel like that has some premise, and we can't prove that necessarily. We can't ever prove that because in order to like justify that hypothesis and declare that like evidence as like true, we would need to be able to see the same exact shit.
Exactly.
But we will never be able to go back and do that. But I think there's some like
correlation between the lady,
children, and like as young they are, like they think they have vivid imaginations, but I just think after a certain age we just like
stop seeing shit.
I think the world just like takes away that like hope that or that whatever that's enabling us to see whatever we want, like, and then we are introduced into this grim shitty reality, right? And then I'm like, I don't know how many times like as a child, like I would just be running around doing random shit.
Yeah, you find entertainment in anything.
Then like, but like, what were my parents talking about? Like, damn, fucking bills due, you know, like how many, like, because I catch myself in those moments, like trying to figure out like what bills to pay, what to do. Yeah, right?
What the fuck, like,
and
what
then
am
I'm
I
like, what if I had a
do?
kid just running around right now, not having that
any idea
of like what I have to figure out right now? I'm like, I don't know.
It's the innocence of a child, bro.
But I think he was able to like see.
You're probably right,
because like.
See, but I didn't catch that cat thing. I didn't know.
I caught it.
But I did ask. I was like, "Where's the cat been, bro?" Like, when they showed the cat a bunch of times, and it just stopped showing up.
Yeah.
And then she was at the party, and I was like, "Ain't no way she put the cat in the box." The cat was in the box.
Cat was in the box.
Which is insane to me because it's movies like that really are like scary to me, because it's like, damn, if I put myself like with movies with like murderers or scary people, it's like whatever, I can defend myself against someone with a knife or a gun.
Or try
to the best of my ability, right?
Yeah.
But a ghost that nobody is fucking believing me would drive me actually crazy.
That's like, the shit. That's that shit weaponized anxiety.
It's insane to me.
Weaponized like being alone.
Yeah, because like no one believed her. Everyone was like, "Yo, you're losing your mind." She lost her husband.
First of all, that was not an L.
Why?
Because
losing your husband?
He was not good for her.
Well, sure, but
no, like the reason why she was in that predicament was because she left my boy, the police officer, who was nice to her, who cared about her, who like stayed through. Like,
true that he was the real MVP.
But like really, like I think,
why
it hurt so much is because it's at the end of it turned out to be like self-inflicted.
Yeah,
like I'm burying myself in my work because I'm not happy at home. I chose the wrong partner subconsciously. Yeah, chose the wrong partner. I'm gonna be at work, and look, you was at work, and this girl killed herself in front of you, and now you got this demon after you.
Well, we never saw the relationship before the events. She might have been happy with him, but what I'm saying is,
no, she was not happy with him.
I don't know. What I'm saying is, the point I'm making is
plot B was nice guys. The
point I'm making is,
nice guys finish last was plot B.
The point I'm making is that is the scariest thing, that everyone believes you're doing this horrendous thing and no one believes that you're not. Like when the cat was in the box and her whole family was like, wow, that bitch is nuts. She put a dead cat in a box and gifted it to a kid.
Yeah.
Because if someone brought a fucking dead cat to my kid's wedding, or sorry, kid's birthday, right? Like I would immediately I'd react that way. I'd be like, wow, this bitch is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
So I get that part, but I also understand being in her shoes, being like, dude, I did not put this cat in this box. I don't know how it got here. And then you just look insane because you're like, you obviously put the cat in the box. You brought the box here. It's wrapped up, bro.
It's got a bow on it.
Yeah, like who else did all that? So I can see.
And you put it in a train box.
Dude, that would drive me crazy, bro.
It's like gaslighting.
Yeah.
You're being gaslit.
It would drive me nuts if I'm like, dude, no one's believing anything I'm saying. So
no, I believe you're a psychopath.
That's what I'm saying. People would just think you're crazy. So that's why that film is good. I really like Smile.
That was realistic horror.
Yeah.
Realistic horror. Because you get your slasher film. It's an entity, man.
Slashers,
somebody's trying to kill you.
Yeah, slashers are entertaining, but they're never scary to me.
And then you have like the super like demonic shit. Like you got your fucking like
what is it, like Hellraiser?
No, like
Paranormal Activity.
No. Those are funny horror movies. Those are
La Llorona.
parody. Yeah, like that. La Llorona's part of this fucking.
The doll bitch, Annabelle.
They're all part. The Conjuring. The
Conjuring
franchise.
Yeah.
You have like.
See, those aren't scared of me either.
That's like at the end of the spectrum, because those are focusing on like
spirits,
entities, demons, right? But it's not too extreme, like you said, Hellraiser. That's more like that's like fucking.
That's like I'm a demon from hell and I'm here to murder people.
Yeah, exactly.
That
and then you have like shit like Chucky, like in your slasher film, it's like funny, but it's like, oh look, that like, oh they're really.
I used to be so scared of Chucky as a kid.
It's a child horror movie. Like,
and then now as a grown up, he doesn't scare me at all.
And
but
then you got your extreme shit like Saw, which is more like
that's more gory.
It's more gory, but it's not that unrealistic, but it's also like
the only scary
elements.
The scariest part about Saw was the fact that he was just kidnapping people, and then the thought of being kidnapped and then waking up in this weird ass situation where you have to do some crazy shit. That's the scary part about it, because it was
none of the other shit. It was just the
challenges
they had to do.
Gory, yeah.
Yeah,
it's just the thought of, damn, if I'm walking alone, someone could just chloroform me, and then I wake up in this weird ass table and I got a bear trap on my face.
Pig masks.
That's the only part.
Imagine that's the last shit you see, and you wake up in a dark ass room, in a green room.
Man.
All of them were mostly green.
Yeah,
but Smile, weaponized like trauma, gaslighting.
That was good.
Like
a lot of good shit.
Like traumatizing, like weaponized. Do you believe yourself? Do you believe the shit you're saying?
That's what I'm saying, because she went from being like a really good therapist where she was calming people down, not believing anything that they were saying, to then literally living in their shoes and being like, oh damn,
it sucks.
She's like, and no one's gonna believe me, because
you can't
even
give me the
me
drugs, that might help me run out real quick. And they're like, no, you can't.
What would you do in that situation if you were cursed with that smile demon? Would you transfer it like you were supposed to? How do you transfer? You had to kill someone, right?
Kill somebody in front of somebody else.
Damn.
And they get it technically.
Yeah, I don't know if I could do that, because then you def gonna get caught. If you just had to kill someone, I'd be like, I could kill someone on the low.
I'm gonna kill somebody.
Can you kill someone's dog in front of them? Does that count?
No, I'm gonna do a single mother in front of their child.
Why you make it so dramatic?
That child gonna grow up.
He's not gonna grow up. He gets the curse. He's gonna die eventually.
Exactly. So sure.
I'm gonna wipe a whole family out. Is what you're
Pretty
saying?
Much.
Got it.
I mean, like, what else? What am I gonna do?
I would have to die.
I like living.
Yeah, but I wouldn't want to live after that. I feel like that's really traumatic. Yeah, having to deal with a demon constantly fucking with like your sense of reality.
I wipe my hands off, and then
but you wouldn't be fucked up in the slightest after a demon like fuck with your whole sense of reality, where it was moving things around, making reality not seem what it was, making you see things, making you hear things. Right? You would constantly be paranoid after that.
See, the thing is, you don't know that you have to do that. She had to like research it for like a few days. Like, she talked to some of the people. Like, it's not like she was like immediately got the demon and she was like, oh, I gotta kill somebody to transfer it. Like, she had to go to a jail to talk to some guy. I don't know.
The only guy that got it away.
I probably wouldn't have made it that long to like.
That's what I'm saying. You would just have to deal with it.
But if I knew off the rip, I know what I'm doing. Traumatizing a child.
Got it.
That's what I would do.
All right, man.
And that's where I feel like that's a good stop.
That's a good stop.
That's a good stopping point. This has been season 1, episode 1 of IdleTalk.
Brand new
IdleTalk. IdleTalk 2.0, 3.0,
7.0.
It's every time we whenever you think we're down and out, we change it.
DLC, baby.
We change it.
Downloadable
every single
content.
Time. Okay. So that's been this episode. Again, usual outro. Like us on
Apple Music, Spotify.
We're on Apple Music. It's
Sorry,
just
Apple Podcasts, Spotify.
We're on Podbean. Whatever the fuck that means. I just updated the code.
Follow us on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter.
IdleTalk Pod. Instagram IdleTalk Pod. TikTok IdleTalk Pod. Twitter IdleTalk Pod with a 0 at the end instead of an O.
And also follow me and Fernando on all of our socials.
No, just follow the IdleTalk Pod. I don't care. You're not a guest no more. We don't plug in your socials.
I said both.
We don't plug it in no more. X, cut it out. Beep. And we're off to record number 2.
Bye.